For the thousands in attendance, go.
Welcome to Fred's house. Fred's house. Fred's house. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fred's House podcast. And just to let y'all know, I have been away for a while because I've had some things going on in my life. And we'll get to that in a little bit. Just let me introduce this beautiful man to my left. We got Ray'Lin Francois. What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Good, man. Tired of shit, but I'm here.
I bet. So, just quick little rundown. I have not done a podcast for about 2 weeks. Going on, two episodes already. I've been out on the road a little bit too long, and then didn't have enough loads to get me out of here. And my dog died, and that was real tough. R.I.P. to my boy Kong. Beautiful all white American XL pit mixed with the Cane Corso. I'll put a picture of him right here. R.I.P. to my boy. But now that we got that out the way, I got my boy Ray'Lin Francois in the house. Yeah, I've been trying to get you on for a while, man. But like I said, I've been out on the road, and our schedules really haven't lined up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we finally got it, and crazy thing is that we ran into each other at HEB of all places.
And I wasn't supposed to be there. My ass was supposed to be getting ready for bed, and I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and help my wife out. Let me go get something to eat and cook it, for my lunch. And then gonna find out just there in the meat area is like, Ray. I was like, man, I knew you looked familiar.
Yeah, you did something. I told my son, I was like, man, I think this is a guy that I'm trying to get on the podcast. And he's like, who? I was like, it's Ray something. I was like, God damn it, I can't really remember his fucking name fully, but it's Ray. And I was like, he's like, are you gonna go talk to him? I was like, I don't know, this kind of embarrassing. Like, it is, because what if it's not? And what if I look like a dumbass? And he's like, no, go, I'll stay with the boys. I win, and I was like, oh shit, is it? Yeah, it was, man. So here we are.
Trust me, we don't all look the same. It's like you see a black dude in it.
Looks like him. I'm not sure. Dude, my girl asked me, who are you gonna interview? Because I told her she's working today, right? And I told her I'm gonna do a podcast today. And she's like, who are you gonna interview? I was like, man, it's this guy. He's a really cool dude, actor and whatnot. And she's like, let me see a picture. Maybe I know him. I was like, I don't know if you do. I was like, but look, she's like, he looks like the guy that plays Captain America.
God damn it!
You look like Anthony Mackie, my man. Got Anthony Mackie in the house.
Man.
Do you get that all the time?
I don't know why. I shit you not, man. I do not know why. We look nothing alike. You could do a side by side.
I'm gonna put it right here.
We look nothing alike, but he's from New Orleans and I'm from Baton Rouge.
Oh, okay.
And stuff. And I get so many people say, man, you either look like him or you remind me so much of him.
It's probably the characteristics that the way y'all hold yourselves.
Probably, but I will say he is an inspiration of mine. I'm not even gonna cap on that. He is an inspiration of mine and stuff. And I hope to work with him, meet him one day and stuff. Because he does. I've seen a lot of his movies and just kind of study him. I study a lot of actors and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's one in particular that I do study to see what he's doing and see kind of roles. And also, it's inspiration for me.
Yeah.
It's encouraging to see somebody from the boot, Louisiana.
Yeah. I drive through there all the time.
Yeah, that's doing it and stuff. And so I'm always excited when it comes down to seeing somebody from Louisiana.
Yeah.
That's actually doing stuff. Other than that, all I've ever heard was Cash Money and No Limit.
Yeah.
And stuff. But now I'm like, okay, cool. We just more than just Cash Money and No Limit.
Yeah.
And stuff. So, but yeah, he's definitely one of the people I admire.
Okay. Do me a favor, pull this in a little bit more to you. There you go. Yeah. You know what I just found out, man? Because I don't know if I see you wearing a Green Lantern shirt. Are you a comic book buff?
Yeah, I originally was growing up to be an artist, be a little artist.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so
Jack of all trades.
I try, man, but I'm back in the day before there was any YouTube or anything. Yeah, the only way you can get famous from art if you die.
Yeah.
If you die,
Yeah.
your kids get to live off of all your
Yeah.
stuff. So I grew up with a lot of guys. We drew comic books. We created comic books.
Really?
We was all into it. I mean, I have a cousin. Man, if this dude sold his comic books, he'll be a multimillionaire.
Really?
He has a first of a lot of things. Whatever is Marvel, DC,
Mm-hmm.
he has first editions.
Really?
Mint everything. And,
Graded? Are they great? He got some graded?
Man.
And they're money.
And I'm just sitting here like, sell them. Or I'm going to just wait for him to die.
And they're mine.
Like, hey. But I'm telling you, he has a lot. Thousands.
That's crazy.
Thousands. He can fill up a house.
Okay.
With as much comic books he has.
Damn.
And stuff. So.
And I brought this up because, number one, I saw your shirt, and I was going to ask you if you seen Deadpool and Wolverine. You did. What'd you think about it?
Oh, man, yeah. I was kind of like, which one is better? Spider-Man, No Way Home, or Deadpool and Wolverine? I gotta say Deadpool.
Well, I'll give it that for the nostalgia that it gave us, and it gave us the nostalgia of it gave so many years of the previous movies that honestly don't mean shit anymore. Like, and I say that in the sense of like your X-Men movies got wiped away with the movie X-Men Days of Future Past. It just literally erased everything prior to that movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, Blade, Elektra, and all those, like, those movies that didn't happen to, but they were like movies that paved the way for Avengers and all that stuff, which is Blade. Blade is the number one. Blade is the reason for Marvel being Marvel. Because if there wasn't for Blade, Marvel would have got sold to fucking Fox or Sony, and it would have been a shit show of shit shows. But the reason I bring this up, it all ties up to Louisiana and stuff. How did you feel about Gambit? And I did not know that fucking Channing Tatum is from Louisiana. He's from, oh my God, I'm going to ruin it. Pascagoula or
Ponchatoula.
Yes, that's where he's from.
But that's Mississippi.
Oh, Mississippi. Okay.
He is originally from Mississippi.
Oh,
his daddy is from Louisiana, outside of New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's out there from Pascagoula.
How did you feel about his Cajun accent?
On point.
Right?
On point.
Man, I'm not from Louisiana, and I don't speak a lick of Cajun accents. But me and my dad watch a lot of the Swamplands or those shows.
The not Bayou Boys, the Swamp Gators, something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And bro, that's all I would hear. And once I heard him talk, I was like, he hit it right on the nail.
And the thing is, so I just saw a little clip on Instagram with Jimmy Fallon and Channing Tatum.
Yes.
And he explained, he was like, yeah, that accent, a lot of people think that New Orleans have that accent. They don't.
Oh.
That's in Acadiana, which is out there in Lafayette. That's originally where I'm from. I'm from a very small town called Jeanneret, Louisiana. And
really?
That's like about 30 miles from Lafayette.
Okay.
So when I was 8, I ended up moving to Baton Rouge. But yeah, everybody out there, that accent is thick.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a thick accent. Like, you got to really like, hold up. What was that? Say it again.
When I first met my wife, I had that accent.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude.
Can you tap into it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And, it's if I go back home and I'm there too long, I'll come back. Yeah, sure. We was out there by the bayou and doing all this stuff. Yeah, and it was like, what?
What'd you just say?
I actually, I took some coworkers with me. We went to Mardi Gras.
Oh, okay.
And, I have some coworkers out here, and their thing is, hey man, I want to get with a black girl. Let's do it. It was like, in New Orleans, we can make that happen. Shit.
Yeah.
So we would go out there, and two people. They're white, so they're here, not from here, but they're here.
Yeah.
So we go to Louisiana. We take a little pit stop right now outside of Lafayette,
Uh-huh.
and we're getting some gas and little things, and them being white, talking to a Cajun, a
Uh-huh.
white guy, and they're talking, and they're sitting there like just smiling and nodding. And but just went over there. And they looked like just rescue me, help me.
Yeah, like
And I went over there like, hey, what's wrong? Oh, I don't know what he's saying. I have no idea what he's saying. So now I'm a translator. I was like, what do you mean? He's speaking English. You know, like, I don't know what he's saying. So all of a sudden he's talking, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, he's asking how y'all like it, out here.
Okay.
I'm just kind of whispering it.
Yeah.
So not trying to be all secretive. But I'm like a little Cajun translator and stuff. And I'm like, how can you not know what he's saying?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So when first of all, when I saw the fucking movie, Deadpool, my girl was with me and my kids were there, and I was one of the ones because my girl looked at me like, what the hell? Because when I saw Electro, I was like, oh. And then I saw Blade, I was like, whoa. And then I saw Gambit, I was like, holy shit. I was like, yes, it's Channing Tatum. I was like, because and my girl was like, I really don't like Channing Tatum. Like, I don't see him like I don't see him like that. Like, to me, he's a funny actor. And I was like, okay, I understand that. But the history of Channing Tatum and Gambit, it's 20 years past due. And the fact that he had the movie, had scripts, and did not get him picked up because it was under Fox. And then the tragic movie of X-Men Origin Wolverine, where they destroyed the Gambit character and Deadpool character. That and the thing is the reason Channing was supposed to get that role. That was for him. But he was contracted and obligated for G.I. Joe that year. So he couldn't do that. They gave it to that one guy. I mean, the guy's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
But did not do what he needed to do. And then their character, the way they made him look, like the costume design and just his design, I was like, this isn't Gambit. It's not Gambit.
Yeah.
And I get it, origin story, right? But nah, come on, that's not him.
I respectfully prefer somebody who has a background.
Yeah.
It just feels more. It just feels more right.
More legit.
Yeah. So.
And I have other people tell me like, it just was too comical. I was like, it's not that it's comical. That's how Gambit speaks. If you see the cartoons, if you see X-Men 97, the new one, like, remember the name on Ami is Gambit.
Yeah.
That's how he speaks. And like, that's what he does. Like, I charge the cards, make them go boom. Like, that's his shit. And, I mean, I'm doing a horrible accent on it. But
the thing is, they're like, oh, it's too comical. Well, you haven't met a true Cajun. So, because if you actually met a true Cajun, you'd be like, what?
You see, and another thing is because everyone's thing is like, I see that and it's, my name's Jeff from 22 Jump Street. Yes, because he's a comedic actor. There's a movie that's coming out that's
he's like a millionaire who owns an island. Yeah.
Blink or something like that?
Something like that.
Okay.
Blink twice? Or
something like that. Yeah. And number one, I did not know it's produced by Zoe Kravitz and he's engaged to her.
Yeah.
Lucky motherfucker. I mean, holy crap. Like Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
Shit. And I think this movie will give him the range that no one has seen him play yet.
It's
because he hasn't taken a role like this.
It's a dark role. Yeah,
a dark role, and he's done nothing but comical and dancing, where it's like a rom-com or like a romantic type of deal.
Here's the thing. I've followed Channing for years. It's like he does an action, and then 10 comedies, and then he'll do some serious thing. Because not many people remember him in with Gina Carano. Gina Carano in damn it, the movie. She was they like contract killers. They hit with Haywire.
Oh, okay.
Haywire.
Yes.
Yeah, he's in there. He's
really
beating the shit out of her. And stuff. They dated, and he was beating the shit out. He was a serious role. It wasn't comical or anything like that.
Okay.
And he does a few movies that he plays that kind of role. He plays a badass.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that he's so well known for all his comic
Yes.
in movies, his comedy movies, to where all that is brushed back
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. I mean, hey, you take the role that pays the bills.
Yeah.
And so
100%. I
you
get that.
typecast and everything, but you got to pick whatever you can that pays the bills.
Yeah, I understand that, but like I mean, that's what I try to explain to my girl and everyone else. Like, this is Channing's role. Like, this is his character, is what he's wanted, he's gunned for, and he does it good. Like, okay, someone was like, his build isn't right. I was like, his build is actually pretty good. It's his face that he's a little too chunky in the face. He doesn't have that slim face.
Mm-hmm.
So with the mask, it like Gambit's mask is like literally close off the mouth.
Yeah.
Channing's was a little bit too far out, so he had a little bit more cheek showing. So I mean, like, it doesn't. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
we got the
like,
character.
bro, yeah, nobody worrying about those little small intricate details. Nobody give a shit about that.
I was like, that's too much. You guys are like trying just to critique it and shit on it. Like, shut up. We got a live action Gambit, true to the fucking character. Like, let it be.
Well, I mean, think about it like this. This is a Deadpool movie. So Wolverine is not comical. Electric's not comical.
Yeah.
Gambit is not comical. None of those Marvel characters were comical.
Yeah.
But I mean, even Wesley Snipes did in an interview. He said, "Hey, Blade is not that person to be in the comedy. Is dark and badass in action.
Mhm.
But the way Ryan Reynolds wrote it, it worked.
Yeah.
And that's perfect. So that doesn't mean when Gambit movie comes out, it needs to be comical.
No.
It needs to go ahead and play to how Gambit's supposed to be.
Yeah.
If God willing, if they do another Blade, it doesn't have to be comical.
Mm-mm.
It needs to play off of what it's supposed to be and stuff. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
But since this is a Deadpool movie, you're gonna have a shit ton of comedy and jokes and all kind of stuff. And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm fucking, I can't wait.
I've heard. Okay, there's a couple things I'm gonna touch on what you just said right now. I've already read that they're working on a Deadpool Wolverine 2 or another Deadpool movie, because supposedly Sean Levy, the director, wants to do a Deadpool Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They have not talked about what Spider-Man, and fuck everyone else, it has to be Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield and Ryan Reynolds together would be perfect. Tom Holland is good. Tom Holland is a good Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield's the best Peter Parker. No, wait, Spider-Man. He's the best Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire's the greatest Peter Parker.
I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
And I agree. Solely because if you want to talk about the difference between, all three Spider-Mans, and then putting it with Deadpool, I would say Andrew Garfield. Due to the jokes and everything, they go back and forth.
Yes.
I agree with that.
100%.
Yeah, I fuck with that. Yeah.
So, there's also talk of an old man Blade, a send-off, which would be what we need. That would be amazing, because with this movie, Wesley Snipes got the Guinness World Record book for the longest character played. He outdid Hugh Jackman with this 4 or 5 scenes that he did. And what was his dialogue? Like, I don't know, like maybe 10 lines?
Yeah, it was very minimal, but it's very...
It was iconic.
Impactful, yeah.
Yeah, and it was amazing. His first line was retarded. Hilarious. It was the greatest thing. And I love how Ryan Reynolds put in they like a little bit of their realistic beef that they had from Blade Trinity, where he's like, I don't like you. He's like, you never did.
Yeah.
That was such a great call. Like, that movie was so well done that I love the fact that they give Ryan Reynolds the reins on this.
I look at it like this. Ryan Reynolds, regardless if you think it's a good business idea or the guy just has a good fucking heart.
Yeah.
But to go ahead, nobody really knows what happened on that set with Blade. They had that little midget guy on there, whatever his name is, Ordum, whatever his name is. He made jokes about Blade, like just being an asshole on set because of and my thing is, I get it, because the script. I mean, think about it. The script was shitty. And the movie did horrible.
Yeah.
They did all the CGI shit, and he was completely against it.
Yeah.
But nobody wanted to listen to him.
Mhm.
So he was being difficult. He was kind of just throwing a temper tantrum on set
Yep.
for good reasons. But
Mhm.
I mean, regardless of what they said about him and how Ryan Reynolds got in the mix of that, you know, in the crossfire, he put that shit behind him and still brought him on.
Yep.
I don't know if he understood where Wesley was coming from. Don't know if it was true he was being an asshole,
Yeah.
or was it was just rumors, or what the case may be. But for him to, even if it was true, for him to put that behind
him.
and still do that, dude, that's a blessing.
Oh, yeah.
That's the kind of person that you really want to.
See, because I've heard different things about Blade Trinity and Ryan Reynolds. I mean, because look, it could be just, I'm gonna say this, like his agents, like, hey, I need you to say this. Don't say what you really felt or whatever. You know what I mean? It could be all bullshit. But Ryan Reynolds' statement is that I didn't meet Wesley. I met Blade. He's a method actor. And the actor was angry about the way the movie was going, and he was like, fuck this, I'm gonna be Blade, but fuck all of y'all. And like, no, I'm not gonna open my eyes, CGI my fucking eyes, like, fuck this shit.
Right.
So it's that. And then also, if like what you were saying about Wesley and the way the movie was, he didn't like it, and he was throwing his temper tantrum. Same thing happened with Ryan Reynolds in Origin Wolverine.
Right.
He did not like the way it was going, and he fucking stepped away from the movie at the end. And that's not Ryan Reynolds' body. It's Scott Adkins' body.
Boom! Not everybody knows that.
Not everybody knows that. And I know this because I love Scott Adkins.
Yeah,
no homo. No, like, all that shit. Scott Adkins is one of my favorite fucking martial artist, actor, Boyka. You can't go wrong with fucking Boyka, man.
Man, I saw all of them.
Me too. That's my guy, man. Like, it's so that guy's a great actor. But like, Ryan Reynolds told the directors and the team of Origin, like, this is not, you're gonna get an uproar. It's a shit show of what you're doing. Don't do it. Do it this way. No, fuck you. We got it this way. This is how we're gonna do it. Well, I can't be a part of this. And that's when he fucking booked it. And then he ended up doing that shitty movie that, that you're wearing, the shirt, the Green Lantern. He did that shitty movie. And that's when they started working on the Deadpool leak. And then I didn't even know. I just realized. I don't know if you saw it, but I remember I saw a version of the Origin movies that got leaked before it came out.
Which one?
It was the movie, but it wasn't edited all the way. You see wires, like, it was a full movie.
Oh, the Wolverine?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
You remember that?
Oh, dude, I had it. I got it. Like,
I had it too.
I, as a fan of Hugh Jackman and X-Men and all that, I still bought it. I even 100%. Though I had it, I still went to the movies and I saw it, and I still went.
Well, because just
to
see, it's a Marvel movie or Fox or Sony, whatever it was.
It's Fox.
It's a part of the Marvel universe, and like I've told everybody, Marvel gets my money.
Yeah,
all the way, 100%. Because like,
I want there's a few. I'm like,
yeah,
I have no desire to see Madam Web.
Oh man, have you seen it?
Fuck no.
Okay, look, man, look.
No.
Just see it with an open mind and what it could have been. But look, like I see movies that I know that are gonna suck, but I see it to I don't know, to criticize it and talk about it and have a conversation. You know what I mean? Because I saw Madam Web. Okay, I've seen another movie. I don't know that nobody knows it. It's called oh my God, what's it called? It's a fucking it's about a tire, a possessed tire that kills people. Okay. I don't know what it's fucking called. It's a low budget movie. Someone said it, and I was like, I gotta see this movie. I found it and I watched it. It was an hour and some minutes long, and I wish I could get that hour and some minutes long, that time back. But the thing is the movie was so garbage that I was waiting to see, okay, this demon is going to get out of the tire, get into someone, and speak, have lines. It doesn't happen.
Wow.
The tire keeps on fucking rolling and the credits roll. Okay? So do you see what I'm saying? I've seen stupid movie, and now I got
man.
shit to talk about. You know what I mean? I see Fast 9, Fast 10. They're garbage. I'm gonna watch them, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, I respect what you said. I look at that as, hey, look, almost like voting. Look, if I vote for this person
Uh-huh.
and they do a shitty job as president, I have the right to go ahead and talk shit. Matter of fact, I have the right to go ahead and talk shit if I voted. Period.
Yeah.
So if you bought or rented a movie, you saw it, you have a right to talk shit about
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
That's my money. That's my choice, and they fucked it up.
Exactly. So
if-
that's why I say, look, Dragon Ball Z, I'm a huge fan. They made Dragon Ball Evolution and it was crap, but I bought it. I have it there in DVD because I'm a fan. And yes, it was garbage, but it's something we can talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yo, you saw this? Man, it was shit, wasn't it? This part and this part, they didn't have this part, or you know what I mean? It wasn't true to the story or to the lore or whatever the fuck. But watch Madam Web. Give it a chance. That way, you as an actor, you're in the business, you can be like, damn, how the fuck did they clear this?
I can already imagine, man.
There's
there. What is her name? Something Dakota.
Dakota, yes.
So I'm not. Yeah, but it's one of those things to where her and a good about 3 other females
Yeah.
that was on there.
Yeah.
All their acting levels are not so great.
Yeah.
And it's just the fact that they put them all in one movie.
It could have.
And it's like, oh,
Look,
this is not good.
That
at all.
movie could have. It has potential.
Mhm.
If it gets into the right hands, it could have been something good. Okay, but the editing,
Oh man, I would not think the editing was
the
bad.
editing is garbage.
Damn.
So
See, I would think acting, and storyline was probably just
the storyline's a
shitty.
little funky.
Uh,
Okay, because it doesn't make sense. Like there's some shit where it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like this
see
this evil man is chasing you, but then you need to go to where you were born in South America. You're gonna leave these 3 girls in your apartment, and you're gonna be gone for a week, and you just come back and then restart the story. What? It makes no fucking sense. But the evil guy, I forgot his name, Ezra something. I don't know. He's just a dude who's always barefooted. It's just some rich guy. Well, I mean, that's like the story in the comic books and everything. But they rarely show him talking. Why? Because they dubbed him wrong.
Oh.
There's times where they do show him talking, and it's off.
Oh.
It's off. And then you'll notice where it's like he's talking to the girl that's on the computer, and the camera's just right behind the computer, showing his back walking, and then the girl's forehead and eyes, and the camera's slowly moving this way, and then it's like him turning and jumping. Like, what did they do? Like, I don't understand. It could have been a great movie, and then they cut a scene where Andrew Garfield was fighting the guy, the Spider-Man. Yes, that's what I'm saying. There was supposed to be Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland, one or the other. I'm sorry if I'm mistaken. If I said Andrew Garfield, it's either or. Andrew just Spider-Man was fighting him.
I would think it'd probably be Andrew Garfield, because the thing is, Tom Holland is a Marvel DC.
Yes.
Andrew and Toby is
Fox.
No,
Sony.
Sony Marvel and stuff. So it would have to be them, not a Tom.
Yeah. So it could have been a great movie. It could have. What other movie of Marvel that you kind of
Almost anything Sony does.
Oh, okay.
Look, Sony. You can tell a Sony Marvel movie is just something about their editing, something about their color grade, and it's good, but they did so much. I guess they messed up so much to where when you see it, it's like, I'm just disappointed. This is not going to go well.
I get you.
So
I get you.
I mean, they're making stories of people that we don't really care about.
Yeah,
we don't, because the Craven. I mean, Craven was supposed to come out like maybe the beginning of this year or end of last year, and here it is.
Have you seen the trailer though?
I've just seen it. I mean, I seen it last night before last.
I'm kind of excited that they pushed it.
I'm excited, because they had to but that's not the first trailer. I mean,
No,
we
it's
see
not.
it, but they cut it up, and I think they had to do reshoots. I don't know,
Yeah.
but they did something. But at the same time, it's kind of like, why? And I'm gonna be honest. So let's go back to Scott Adkins.
Yeah.
That is who should have been Craven.
Yeah.
I went ahead before when it was
Damn.
doing a casting call. Every once in a while on social media they have these casting
I
calls
never
for stuff,
thought about that.
and they was like, "Oh, who would be a good person?" Scott Adkins. Scott Adkins. I'm typing in
Yeah.
that every time the post came up. I'm typing in his name,
Scott
Scott
Adkins.
Adkins. I'm voting for him.
Yeah.
Even what they did. Hey, if we was to go and replace Hugh Jackman for Wolverine, well, call Urban. Call Urban.
Okay.
Carl Urban is Butcher from The
Holy
Boys.
shit, The Boys. Yeah.
The Boys. So I'll call Urban.
I don't know, but after seeing Henry Cavill,
Dude,
that was really good, and his
I-
voice hit it too.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it until I saw it,
Okay.
and then I was like, okay.
He did it.
I'm still going for Carl Urban, but I'll substitute Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
I'll substitute him and stuff, so he can be in the top two.
There you
and stuff. He can be the top two, but other than that, yeah. And it was some other people I was voting for to go ahead. Of course, when they did the Gambit, I was all online. Yeah, go Channing Tatum
Yeah.
and stuff. But
That's crazy. I never thought about Scott Adkins. That would have been great, but seeing the trailer, I've already seen it like 4 times because now I'm super excited for this movie.
I'm
It's
probably gonna go see it
100%.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
And it's an R-rated film.
Yeah.
It's gonna be R-rated. They haven't.
and that's the only reason why I'm going to go see it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, all right, so not PG-13.
Yes, exactly.
No, you got me. Now you got
Exactly,
me.
yes. When I saw it, I was like, ah, man, this is supposed to come out a while back. And then when he jumps on, he's like, fuck, fuck. I was like, whoa. All right, you guys are doing the Deadpool thing. I'm great with this.
I'm pretty sure because it got such a lot of backlash.
Well, let's put it this way. Look at Sonic. Sonic got a whole lot of shit for the first animation of Sonic, and the fans shat on that shit, and they're like, "Oh, let's go ahead and re-edit the whole fucking movie and put a different version of Sonic," and that one did the best. That's why there's coming out on a 3rd movie.
Oh, right.
So sometimes it makes sense. Like, number one, listen to your fans. Fans are that's your fucking consumer. That's your bread and butter. Listen to us because we know what we're talking about. You know what I mean? And they did with Sonic. Because Sonic, dude, have you not ever seen the way he looked?
Well,
The first one?
Yeah, I did.
That, like, he had like human teeth and like long lanky arms, and then they made him the new one. Perfect.
Yeah, I do remember they had to go back and edit it.
Yeah.
stuff. But actually, even in the first movie, that movie right there, what we saw, that was a re-edit as well, because they showed clips or something like that online of how Sonic looked, and they were shitting on it bad. So they was like, okay, let's go ahead, and they revamped it and put out what they did in part 1. Still had a little backlash from it, and so they just keep tweaking it.
Yeah, that storyline was a little bit too quick.
Yeah.
It was a good movie, but it was
still
real
a good movie.
fast.
It's still a good. I mean, it was a good movie to where it made sense to bring it into reality instead of just having it in Sonic World wherever he's at.
Yeah,
and to incorporate humans into it. So I like it. I mean, I've seen all of them so far.
Yeah,
and
I'm kind of excited to see the next one, the 3rd one. I mean, we're gonna get Shadow now. We got Knuckles.
Yeah, we got
Like, that's really awesome. I'm really excited for that. So let me ask you. We went on a fucking rant about talking, which I love.
I can go all day talking about. I can do this all day.
So let me ask you, who was your inspiration as a young kid to like want to get into acting? Like, who would you look up to, or like when did you know like I want to act?
I did not know I wanted to act until about 2017.
Really?
Yeah.
So how did that like what happened? Like,
so
tell me about that.
I'm glad you asked. So when I came out here, I ended up meeting a guy at the True Fit off of Trenton.
Okay.
It was Freedom Fitness at the time.
Yeah.
A guy named Joe Rodriguez. and you know he was like the general manager there, and got me a gym membership.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden we just, you know, I would always see him, and we just kind of clicked. We were just like super cool, and I guess he felt comfortable enough to be like, "Hey, man, check this out." So showed me his phone. It was a little action scene that he did for like a Mexican film. It was a shootout.
Okay.
That was probably I've seen a lot of Mexican low budget movies,
Yeah.
and you know, if you've seen them, you know, you know.
Yeah.
But when I seen that, I was like, oh shit, that's pretty good.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, hey man, you ever need a black guy? You ever need a black guy for these things? I'm your guy.
You need
You
that
know,
token black guy.
if you
I'm
need it,
your
you know,
man.
I know a little Spanish and stuff. Hey, I'm your guy. Oh, you know, yeah. So about 2-3 weeks later, about 3-4 weeks later, he went to the gym. Hey, Ray, I got something for you and stuff. I'm like, okay, got to roll, badass. So here it is. You know, it was called at that time. It was before Black Panther came out, the
Okay.
movie.
Okay.
So the name of the film was Black Panther Rescue Squad. You know, so that was the name of it,
Uh-huh.
and it was about these mercenaries that get hired by this lady, and also our handler is Mario Amata.
Oh shit.
I don't know if you know who that
Uh-huh.
is, but I'm pretty sure your pops. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So we was doing a film with him, and that's his last film. That was his last film
Okay,
before
okay.
he passed. So we was doing that, and just due to my social media presence
Mm-hmm.
of posting it everywhere, everybody in the valley was like, "Oh man, snap! When y'all gonna do this?"
Yeah.
Shit never came out, because the family won't release it. Yeah, they won't
Oh.
release it. Like, oh, okay, that's fine. So we end up doing another one, and that didn't come out. So we end up doing another one, that didn't come out. So I did like 3 Mexican full feature films where me speaking Spanish. So at that time, I've never seen myself on film.
Oh shit.
I've never seen. I don't know how I did or anything. I saw and this was started in like 2014 all the way to 2017,
Uh-huh.
and that's when I saw a playback of me on film, a little
Uh-huh.
clip. That shit was horrible.
Wait, the whole thing was, or like you're acting?
At least my acting. I'm not gonna say anything about nobody else. My shit was horrible. Like, because the thing is, they don't give you a script. I'm like, look, I'm not a native speaker in Spanish,
Oh shit.
so you got to give me a script. Let me take it home. Let me
Or
study it,
yeah.
and I can go ahead and come back, hit the accents, and do the emotion behind it.
Uh-huh.
Nah, here you go. Learn these words. Like, what the what? Uh, what's the what? So I just felt like I would just sound like a person remembering lines.
Oh,
and,
I see.
and I saw it. I was like, that is not a good representation of me, And my thing is, I always wanted to be. I didn't want to be an actor, and I didn't want to be the number one guy. I wanted to be the sidekick. I'm like,
Okay.
because Joe, he was always the head runner. He was always the leader, whatever.
Okay.
So I was okay being in his shadow.
All right.
Like, hey, I'm gonna help my boy out, my brother. We end up being real cool. Had a lot in common. We're like brothers,
Okay.
and stuff. So, um, I'm like, we just got tired of it, of just being and doing Mexican cinemas to where our stuff is not coming out. We're getting older,
Yeah.
and nothing is
You're just putting your
happening.
time and effort into something that's not coming out.
That's not coming out. It's
Yeah.
like we're not getting paid either.
Oh.
Not getting paid, paying for our own, paying for our meals, paying for our own equipment.
Yeah.
We're looking good, and it's just kind of, yeah, man. It just all this hard work and not seeing anything from it.
Yeah.
So me and Joe Joe wanted to quit, and I was like, hey man, let's just try to do everything on our own. Because even with doing the Mexican cinema, the mentality was to keep it valley.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting here like, well, how can, just thinking, if I want to be a celebrity or I want to be
Yeah.
a superstar or whatever, how can I do that when our films, one, is not coming out? And if it
Mhm.
did come out, it's not going to get past the checkpoint. It's
Ah,
going to stay in
yeah,
a border town. So
like crabs in a bucket.
yeah, so nobody's gonna know who the hell we
Mm-hmm,
are
mm-hmm.
past Papudius. Nobody's gonna know anything about us.
Yeah,
So I was like, hey man, we need to really do stuff that, that's universal.
yeah,
That somebody in another country, somebody in Russia can relate to it. Somebody in New York or Washington, Indiana, somebody can relate to this movie and be like, oh, this is a badass movie.
yeah,
But everything that they were doing would just cater to here, just only people here would get it. I'm like, we're not going to get anywhere.
yeah,
One, we're not going to get anywhere once you finally put it out.
yeah.
But since you're not putting it out, and the mentality was, oh well, I'm waiting for Hollywood to call me to buy these films. Well, how are they going to buy the films if you're not putting it out?
Yeah.
That's one. Two, are you even in pursuit to find and talk to somebody?
Yeah.
No. I'm like, okay, so what are you doing? Because you're wasting our time.
Yeah.
So Joe wanted to quit, and I'm like, hey man, let's not quit. Let's go ahead and try to do our own thing
Mm-hmm.
because of all the mistakes that we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try to learn from that and do something different.
Yeah.
So we end up connecting with a guy named Joey who connected us with a young director named Hugo
Okay.
Rodriguez. And we connected with him and just, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't fucking like his work.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
like, hey man, it's shitty and stuff. I'm like, whatever. But Joe was like, oh man, go ahead, just believed in him. Believe in him. I'm like, okay, cool. So I end up going and believed in him, in his work and everything. And me and him grew like a brotherhood
Really?
bond and stuff. So me telling saying his work was shitty. Yeah, so he'll listen to this like this motherfucker. They're like, yeah, I said that shit.
Hey, well, shout out to everybody you just mentioned, to Joe, Joey, and Hugo. Shout out to all these guys, man.
Yeah, but so we end up. I was like, you know what? Fuck this, man. I started writing. Because
Okay.
our thing was, instead of sitting there waiting for opportunities, we're gonna create it.
Create yourself.
Create our own opportunities, and
Yeah.
as well as give opportunities to other people.
Uh-huh.
Because they may have, hey, your dream may have been at one point, I want to be an actor, but
Mhm.
how can you get into it?
Yeah.
And then at the same time, we got tired of hearing that, oh, well, if you have experience, we'll take you. Well, how the fuck can I get experience if you don't give me the opportunity?
That's like with everything,
Eh,
bro. Truck driving, construction, fucking refineries. You need 2 years of. Where the fuck do I get 2 years of experience without getting a job?
Yeah.
Everywhere says 2 years of experience.
mhm.
Just hire me.
Yeah, yeah, So I started writing, and Hugo joined the team. Me, Hugo, and Joe, and we just started doing stuff and putting it out there. And also in the third project that I did, to where I had a lot of speaking lines and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, let me see my work. It was shitty.
Okay. Okay.
And I was bad. I was like, ooh, I need to take this shit a lot more serious.
Yeah.
Because I still had the sorry to say it this way, but just the Mexican mentality
Mhm.
and Mexican actor mentality of here.
Yeah.
Of okay, we don't learn our lines. We're just gonna read our lines when we get to the set, and that's
Yeah.
it.
No.
And I took it seriously, so I started studying. I started going on YouTube, looking at actors, especially actors that I admire, and looking at actors in round tables, and doing interviews,
Yeah.
and just to see what mindset did they have to get into these characters,
Mhm.
and what were they thinking and doing these things. So I started doing that, doing research and stuff, and then I end up doing that on some of
Okay.
these films, to where I'm getting people like, holy shit, hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And every time I did a film, I got it trying to get better, trying to
Better
get
and
better,
better.
and even with writing, trying to get better. So I end up doing that.
That's cool, man. I'm gonna have to pick your brain later on about that, because ever since I was younger, man, like I would create like little, like you said, comic books and things like that, and my essays were pretty good. If I was good at anything in school,
Mhm.
we're writing essays. coming up with stories,
Mm, yeah.
like storytelling
Yeah.
essays. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like my teachers would always tell me, like, "Man, this was good," and I'm like, "Don't toot my horn,"
Yeah.
because then I think I'm gonna be like fucking Edgar Allan Poe or some shit, like
Yeah.
some great artist or a fucking author or some shit. And it always stuck in my head. And I did write like one time, like a little how can I say, like a biopic of my life, of like here with me, cousins, and some friends. You know, where is it? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But like I wrote shit down, like things that happened to us. Like I've been in a lot of shit, like growing up here. Like, you know, I don't know if I should be alive or in jail, or you know, I've been a part of some things. You know what I mean?
Same
So
thing.
I would write some of these things and change names and different cities and scenarios. I would write different things, and I didn't know how you write a movie or a short film. So I would write things down. I'd be like, okay, this person, and then this line and that line, and then like intro song to this, um, making bacon and eggs or whatever, and someone walks in. Like I would write word per word of the scene in my head,
Mhm.
write it down. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like I would start like, okay, scene, open scene, whatever, like bop, 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 and then so and so is cooking this, and then other person says this, and then they start the monologue right there, and then like, okay, transition to next scene. We're driving down the street or whatever, like things like that, man. And like now that I meet other people because of the podcast, like I've had Popular Loner on here, and I know you've been in some of their
Oh,
music
yeah.
videos.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I've been trying to get First Class Cinema, Mr.
Valdemar.
Maldemar. Shout out to you, my man. He was pushing like to get on here when y'all's movie was coming out on Apple Store. Find Me, right?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon.
I'm gonna tell you. Also, we talked about that yesterday too. He's pretty hurt about that.
I'm
He's crying. I hugged him. He's
Oh, I'm sorry, my man, but he was that at that time. It's when I was on the road, like the majority of my time. Like I'd come home for a day or two and back on the road.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't. I'm not doing it right now. I'm sorry. Like I really want to get y'all on, and like trust me, I do.
When you told me you were a truck driver, me was being into that industry for a short period of time. Yeah, man.
It's hard, man.
Yeah.
And then like I said just earlier in the episode, is that like, you know, I did go through a little depression on the road. I couldn't find a load, or couldn't find a load coming back home. Then my dog died. And my dog, you know, that one, it was weird. I didn't expect for that one to hit me that hard.
Mm.
I got him as a pup, you know, and all white, blue eyes, gray eyes, you know how their eyes change.
Yeah.
It was my son's first dog, like his first real pet that was his.
Mhm.
And it was a big motherfucking dog, man. He was about this big off the ground, giant fucking head. So how big he was, I think it made it more like, I don't know how to explain it, like more real.
Yeah,
I'm losing a son or
something that's real noticeable.
yeah,
Yeah,
and,
you know,
and
like it's an empty space now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my biggest thing is like, I'm gonna, because he had stayed at my parents' house. That dog stayed at my parents' house because I'm a truck driver. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna leave him here.
Right.
So I just realized, man, I was making a video. Like they asked me, like, can you make a little edit? Because I feel like I'm pretty good at editing on CapCut. So I made an edit, man, and like it took me about 4 hours to finish this 3-minute video because I was crying.
Yeah.
And,
I can imagine.
yes, dude. And I
shit.
played it, and I would like rewatch it, and let me move this, and then I would start crying again, and then the song I use is called "All Dogs Go to Heaven."
Oh shit.
And at the end of the song, I put this is like where I even cried even more, is the movie All Dogs Go to Heaven.
I was just talking about that too.
I got the end clip where Burt Reynolds is talking to the little girl, but it's even more worse because the girl was murdered by her father after the lines. And Burt Reynolds,
he was choked up.
It took him 63 takes, 60 to 63, 64 takes to get that line out. And that's legit heartache from Burt Reynolds, bro.
Yeah.
Like he hadn't done his lines yet. The little girl did, and then got murdered by her father.
Man. Dude.
And then here comes Burt Reynolds after hearing the news, having to finish the movie, hearing her, and he's like,
got goosebumps.
Yeah, bro. So like at the end of the video, like I blended the end of the song with that scene, and man, it kills me. It's a scene, like a video that I made on TikTok of my dog as a puppy running, and then it transitions into a big dog.
Oh shit.
And then from there, like I black it out and I put I put like a pictures of like I guess the pearly gates and stairs and my dog sitting there, and you know it says Kong, and then it says like we love you, we miss you, you're a good boy, and like oh my god, bro, like it just kills me, bro. So that day I was supposed to podcast on the road. I took my laptop and a microphone and my camera, and I was gonna do it, but I woke up to the news and I just remember like I'm gonna stay inside. Like
Yeah.
I just, you know, I walked out to go get coffee, take a shower, came back in the truck. I kept the blinds closed and I just stayed in my truck, man. That's it. And like I was like the whole day's gone.
Yeah, man.
And so back to what I was saying, Balde, I'm sorry. I want to get you on here, and I will get you on here, and I hope you don't like blacklist me or whatever. I really I was because I was gonna say it earlier. I told Freddie and Troy I would like to come on y'all's content, man. Like I feel that I don't know. I've been in some music videos. The homie Sean Mecca, shout out to you, my guy. And when I see it, I'm like, damn, I look fucking pretty good on camera. You know what I mean? Like I'm my hands.
Hey, just FYI, we got some roles.
There,
We got some roles.
there you go. There you go.
Nah, but I just want to say this real quick. Anybody who's like, hey, these motherfuckers out here crying over a dog, fuck y'all.
Yeah, man.
Because I with me, I had a truck driver because I have a dog.
Okay.
Because of my truck driver.
Oh, okay.
He was out on the road, this and this and that.
Uh-huh.
So he ended up picking up a load, came back here, and he was just braking and then going back north. He's like, "Hey Ray, I got a dog, man." I was like, "Hey, you can't have a dog on the road, man, and not in my truck." Yeah. And he was like, "I know, I can't have a dog. So, okay, what you gonna do, man? Can you please take it and stuff and find it a home?" I was in Wisconsin and it was snowing and I barely saw it, and it was just dying. So I just took it in and
Oh,
gonna go ahead and save it. I'm like, whatever, yeah, my wife, she's a real animal lover and stuff, so she's into the animal rescue.
Yeah,
big time.
Okay,
It's a no. So so we went ahead and he gave it to me, and I'm like, oh, cute little dog, whatever. So took it, and taking it with me to go give it a bath, and the dog just in in my passenger seat, and just kind of slowly got his flea infested ass on my lap. So it got on like, man, I don't fucking know you. You're like, why are you here? Whatever. So
we not cool like
yeah,
this, man.
we not. And then all of a sudden, at that time, me and my wife we was butting heads and stuff. We was thinking about something, and she just found a home for the dog, but something kept on happening to where the lady wasn't home two, maybe three times. So, and I'm just like, fuck, take the dog, take the dog, take the dog. Something happened, something clicked to me, and she took the dog. I was like, bring her back. It's a girl, so bring her back. Like, what? Bring her back. We can't have a dog. I don't care. Bring her back. Bring her back. So brought her back. Dog still with me to this day.
Really? And let me ask you, what was it that clicked? Like what just
I don't know.
Was it something like a childhood memory that just
I don't know. Imprint, like they say.
Okay.
She imprinted on me. I imprinted on
Yeah.
her. And like, no matter, because she loves my kids, loves my wife,
Okay.
and all that stuff. But when it comes down to who she's gonna cuddle with, who she's gonna lay with, is me. That's just my baby.
Yeah.
It's a little Parson Russell and
Okay.
stuff, a little bitty dog, and and me, I'm not. If I was a dog person, which I am, I like big dogs. But this one right here,
It just
yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah, I get you.
I can't get rid of it, and now yeah, I can't imagine not having.
Yeah, like some people like they don't understand the relationship and like losing an animal, like especially if it's a pet. Like for me, every time I'd come home from a trip,
Mm-hmm.
my dog was out there waiting for me
Waiting,
at the gate.
excited as shit.
Yeah, and I hated it.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, because he would dirty me. His paws would come up here like this. I'm like, get the fuck off of me, Kong.
Or
Move.
piss.
Yeah.
And it's like they get so excited they would pee. I'm like,
What are you doing?
come on,
Now I
man.
gotta clean it up.
Yeah, it's kind
Yeah.
of like, all right, so I have to ignore
Yeah.
the animals and stuff when I come in, put my stuff down and everything.
And slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I let them, if I immediately go to them and show them attention,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
So-
See, and the thing that killed me the most, man, is he was young, dude. He was a big fucking dog. Big dog.
Oh,
He was 3 years old.
so
So the thing is here's the deal: is I was on the road and my dad told me he's not eating, he's not drinking water, he's not this, he's not that. And I was like, okay, call so and so. I got 2 cousins who breed uh bullies and Frenchies,
Mm.
right? They got their own things going on. So I was like, ask either one of them, see if they got something. You know, they that's who I go get my shots with for the dogs.
Mhm.
I go get them the shots and everything, and they're good to go, and they're legit. And I was like, okay, ask him or ask him. And sure enough, they gave him some medicine. Got him right up. And he was good. The dog was great, but it just slowly run him down again.
Mm.
So I was like, you know what? I think he ate a frog. Honestly, I think he ate a frog because it's poison. But my dog's big, and maybe it was a small frog, and it's slowly killing him.
Mm.
But then also, I was reading it could be heartworms. Big dogs,
They are prone to heartworms.
they're prone to heartworms.
Mm.
And if you read, the symptoms are kind of the fucking same. Heartworms and eating a frog. Like, it's slowly deteriorating from the inside. They don't want to eat, they don't want to drink, and then they start drinking, and then like their organs start to fail.
Mm.
So it really fucked me up, man, because he was 3 years old. I didn't get to breed him, and the real reason I got him was because I'm gonna clip his ears and he's gonna look like an albino panther.
Mm.
That's exactly what I wanted, and he looked just like that. He was a scary looking motherfucker, deep as bro.
Yeah.
Bro. And it killed me the most, man, because my mom sent me pictures of him laying down with my son. My son stayed with him for his last breath. Like, he was just there with him, like, you know, and it killed him, bro. And I was just like, so, let's switch it up real quick because that was a little
go for it, man.
little sad. When I saw you at HEB the other day, I told my son, I was like, this motherfucker is shredded. Shredded. I was like, I feel like a fat back, big back motherfucking hippo next to him. I was like, because I told him, I was like, man, when I shook his hand, he fucking yanked me in like the Matrix. I was like, what the fuck? And when I hugged you, it's like, I gripped your lat. Like, what the fuck type of shit is that? I was like, my fingertips touched his fucking spine, but all of this was pumped up because of the fucking lat. Like, what in the fucking shit? I was like, I feel so out of shape around this guy. Like,
man.
damn. I mean,
still feel out of shape, man.
you don't look it, bro. Like, you look like you're in the right shape. Like, you hit the lottery.
Oh,
You're there.
Yeah. But man, trying to go ahead and preserve the youth.
There you go. Okay, let me ask you, because I used to hit the gym. I've said on here openly that I have taken steroids, and I at a younger age I was in martial arts, man. But girls and weed came into my life, and I said, I don't want to do this no more. You know, I know how to defend myself. That's all I need to know. I can fuck someone up left and right. I can do what I got to do. But what's your regimen, man? What do you do? Like, how do you what is it? Just working out at the gym, or do you do, you know, martial arts, boxing, different things?
I started doing I used to try to always do Muay Thai and kickboxing and stuff. That shit hurts. I hate running. I fucking hate running.
I hate it too.
I'm a sprinter, but as far as like long distance running, no.
Yeah, me too, man. I remember running away from cops and dogs. Jumping over them fences.
The fifth. But so I do boxing for like cardio.
Okay.
I do with technique and cardio and stuff. You know, I'm not trying to get in the ring. They keep trying to get me to get in the ring. I'm like, no, man. I'm not trying to get hit.
Well, it's because you got the body for it, man. You look like you got the endurance for it.
Yeah, I do pretty good. I do all right.
All right.
So, and as far as like diet, man, I have a high ass metabolism. Yeah, my wife can tell you, man, I've been struggling to put on weight for God knows how long, man.
I'll
For
trade you my metabolism,
I'm
bro.
telling you, man, I'll take it.
Because when I was younger, I know we talked quite a bit at HEB.
Yeah.
I've had surgery on my right knee, which is the ACL. I mean the MCL, and the left one was the ACL, MCL, and cartilage reconstruction. This is the one that made me lose my metabolism, and also because I got addicted to the pills that they prescribed to me. They prescribed a whole fuckload of pills,
Yeah.
like 500 pills. Like it was way too much.
Damn.
Yeah, it was like Vicodin and Tylenol ER, codeine, and and I was like 17 years old, bro. I was like, Doc, look at the big ass fucking cut you gave me,
okay,
man.
Okay, yeah, back then, because I was like, man, they're not giving that shit.
No,
out, really.
yeah.
Oh, back then, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I was smoking a lot of weed, man. So I was just fucking at home with this fucking machine, moving my leg back and forth, just smoking and taking pills and getting fat. And that's all I did, man. But I was a solid 165, 170 is what I was in high school. And after that, and then I became a dad, that was it. I hit 200, 195, 200, 195, 200. And that's where I stayed stuck at. And then once I went to the refineries, I started the steroids, 225. And then COVID hit, 225, but not swole.
Oh, man.
It was just 225 of fucking chunky. You know what I mean? And now this trucker shit, oh my God, man. I can't for the life of me find the energy to get off of the truck and walk and run. And because like you said, I hate running. I don't fucking like running out there. It sucks. And the thing is someone's like, well, why don't you do jumping jacks, up downs, push-ups, and sit-ups out there? Like, no. Truck drivers are disgusting. They throw their piss bottles outside.
Yeah.
Some people shit outside on the floor because they're lazy, don't want to walk all the way inside.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to put my face on the fucking floor or like an inch away because it's disgusting. And some people have animals. They piss and shit.
Yep.
I'm not, no. I'm a dirty motherfucker, but I'm not that dirty.
Yeah.
Like, no. So, I mean, the goal is trying to get something local, man, because I when I worked for FedEx, man, that's my top tier body. 195, 200 lean, but because of FedEx. That was like, fuck FedEx, first of all. But you pay me right, I'll go back to it. But the thing is it's nonstop, bro. You're in a fucking in a portable sauna. It's 130 degrees in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And you're getting a box and running, picking up a heavy ass box and running. So legs, core, arms, back. It's full body workout.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just now it's tough, man. And I went to the gym today and I did chest and biceps and I was like, I don't want to do this, bro. But I mean, I see you, man, and you're there. You got it.
But I will say this though, other than mental health, it plays a whole lot, and trying to do these films, and so other than that, yeah, man, I get stressed out a lot, and man, going to the gym is like, all that shit is just gone, man.
That was my place of zen at one point, bro, and like that was where my peace. I would release all the demons there. You know what I mean? Everything I had in my head, just boom, boom, 315, repping 315, and fuck it, rep 225. Just let's do it. Just bam, let's get it. That's where I let all the anger out. But now it's just like there's not so much anger, it's more stress and like things going on now. It's like fuck.
Get those endorphins, man. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Man. Trying to go ahead and get those that good feeling, going on.
I need to, man. I know what it is I just need to start listening to CT Fletcher again.
Oh,
that's what I need to do. I need to get back to doing that because that was my guy. If I had no pre-workout, I am the one. I am that motherfucker.
I would listen to CT Fletcher and Kai Green on their YouTube videos just through my my Bluetooth while I was at the gym, and also David Goggins.
David Goggins is a motherfucker, man.
I listened to a whole bunch of his clips.
Yep.
as well as I got both his books on audio.
Okay.
And just listening to that shit, like, man, I got no excuses, no excuses, you know.
I needed to get back to listen to it because when I used to work out like hard and doing all that shit, it was at the Far Gym and at Crunch. So I need to get back to it, man. Just get that mindset and really put the horse blinders on and just do it. There's no excuses. I keep saying like, oh, I'm tired. I can't. Like, I just need to do it, man. Honestly, I should buy like a portable bench and take it with me on the road and just some dumbbells. That's it. Just put the bench outside and just do something. But
something better than nothing.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, most definitely, because I do know a lot of truck drivers that have like 24-hour fitness, anytime fitness. What is that?
Well, Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness is everywhere, man.
Yeah, so,
but the thing is my loads, they take me out to like the boonies. So there's no Planet Fitness anywhere. And the thing is I'm not about to Uber every fucking city and then go like, oh, take me 30 miles to the nearest Planet Fitness. Like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'd rather just fucking shower, eat, watch some TV or TikTok live or do some content creation, and that's it.
That now I do know there's some there's a guy on Instagram he's a truck driver, and he has a portable treadmill. He has a portable treadmill or a portable bike, stationary bike, and stuff. But you probably know it's a black dude.
I think I've seen it. Yeah,
black dude, and he has like a headphone.
Yeah. I've seen another one. I don't know if it's the same guy, but he talks a lot of shit. Like, there's no excuse. You can do it. He puts these resistant bands and he hooks it around the frame, and then he puts it on him. He's running in place and he's doing these like jumping jacks.
Is he kind of a big guy?
No, this guy's like tall but fucking skinny.
I think I know who you're talking about with him. But the one I'm talking about is a big guy and stuff. He doesn't look like he works out, but he's working out.
He's doing
He's doing the shit. So and I respect that.
Man, let me tell you, Ray, I appreciate you joining me on the podcast. I'm kind of running out on some time right now, but I appreciate you joining. And Balin, I'm gonna get you on. Trust me. I don't want you to feel sad.
Him and Ugo and stuff.
Okay.
I was asking him. I was like, "Hey, look, man. This is like last minute. I just saw this guy in HEB, man, and that's when we was talking. Yeah, man. We were supposed to go ahead and do it. I was like, yeah. I'll tell him. I'll tell him that you heard and stuff. But yeah, for us to come on and promote the film and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the film Find Me, as well as the one that we got coming out.
All right.
Next that we're working on, it's badass, man.
I can't wait, man. So look, let me just finish off by saying this. I appreciate you. I know this was last minute because we ran into each other, and I appreciate you joining. It was great. I love this conversation. No need for edits. No need for anything. There was no script. No nothing. It was just full on freeform conversation. That's what this podcast is about. And let the people know where they can find you, your films, your content, all that bullshit. Let them know, and I'll put it right here.
Ray'Lin Francois. You can find me on Instagram, Trials and Scars, and the film Find Me, which is on Amazon Prime, so Prime Video.
Yeah, so make sure you follow my boy here, Ugo Balde. I'm sorry, guys. Follow them. I'll have you guys on real soon. And guys, with that being said, I appreciate y'all so much. And I'm sorry for the absence of 2 weeks or whatnot. But you know what to do. Hit the follow button. Fred's House Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Subscribe, like, review, comment. Send it to your mom, your tia, your sancha, your ex-girlfriend. Send it to everybody. Tell everyone about the podcast. And until next time, guys, catch you on the flip side. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, you ain't gotta go home,
but you gotta get the hell up out of here. Thank you.